All right. So it has happened once again. I have some lost footage. Why is the camera turning? For no reason at all. But okay. Yeah, lost about an hour of progress. Well, of recording actually. Alright, so it has happened again. I don't understand this problem. Whenever it happens, it clearly says it's recording, but when I stop recording, suddenly it says, oh, I wasn't actually recording for some time now. Let's start from this point onwards. And yeah, got some missing footage, which is kind of sad, about an hour's worth of footage. And what did I do in that hour? Well, nothing much really. I made some nice progress into the last area and actually beat the game. So not much at all. So we are going, well, luckily since this stuff started happening, I've been trying not to overwrite the same save during recording sessions, so I managed to recover a little bit. So we are okay. So right now we are exactly where we were when we left off. We got all the sigils, all the health upgrades, and all the sigil energy upgrades, and we are about to enter into the last area. So yeah, my last save wasn't, it was a little bit before getting all of the stuff, all of the remaining upgrades, but yeah, had to go and get them all again. But at least no progress has been made into the final area, which is good. Although since I have actually beat the game, you won't see my frustrations, which I guess I didn't really have any frustrations. This final area was fairly simple, actually. Didn't have much trouble with the puzzles, and they're actually pretty cool. And by pretty cool I mean not something I have seen before. They divert a little bit from the standard push block, rotate block, flip block, and insert it here, and do this for all these 4 blocks. No. These are a bit more unique. It's not something we've seen before. So here... oh. So we have the warp gate here. I'm not sure why it's so close to the last one. To the one in Duma City, but I won't complain. I have plenty to complain about, so I won't complain about this. So yeah, since I've solved all the puzzles already, this will be more of a an educational video on how to solve the puzzles, since I already know how. Okay, so we have this door to open. There are no mechanisms in this cave. However, there is this little opening in the wall, so we can change to spectral mode, and voila. Okay, we are now in this room, so here we have this middle area to constrict. And by the way, constrict is just a... I don't know, it feels like a very odd ability. I mean, it's Duma's ability, the one we got from defeating Duma. And he's supposed to be really strong. So why do I have to run around things to move them? Why can't I just, I don't know, grab them and rotate them? Yeah, that feels more like something someone strong would do. But okay. Okay, so this puzzle is it's a bit interesting. It's a block puzzle, but it's not your standard block puzzle. So there are only 2 blocks here. There is this one on this blue, I guess we can call it a 1. And there's this one on the, which actually looks like a 2. So there's the 1 and 2. And then there is this block with this symbol here, like a circle and a cross. And on this side we have the same. We have the red 2, the blue 1, and we have a Z or a Z, depending on how you like saying that. So let's take a look here. Oh, and there's more. There is one gate that we can phase through. Well, I keep calling these gates, but they're more like iron bars, aren't they? And there's one right on the other side. And when we constrict, let's just ring around the Rosie. When we constrict, the door into this room closes, but these side passages open, and these lead to the iron bars. So let's move these back. Alright, so let me show you what happens when we remove these blocks. You see these two very large metal plates over here? They have those two symbols, the blue 1 and the red 2. So if I remove this block from here, the red 2 door will close. So in fact this one. So we cannot leave through here. So let me place this block. And also, once I remove this with the 1, the blue 1 door will close. So, also something very important that I haven't mentioned yet, there's this door in the middle, and it has those two extra symbols on it. The circle, cross, and the Z. So one thing we can do, so essentially we have to put one block here and one block on the other side. So we can start by this one, since we can't move the red one because this door will close and then nothing, we can't work with it. So we'll have to move this one. So we'll move this one all the way to the other side. Like this. And now we need to open it and flip it up there. So how do we do that? Well, first, we're going to remove this block and place it here. However, once we do this, this door will close and we can't leave. We'll have to phase through the iron bars. But the door over there is closed, so we'll have to constrict this and open it. Like this. It just so happens there's a material plane portal right here. So we're back in the room. Now we have to place this . On the blue 1 slot. And now we can leave through here once again. So the blue 1 door is now open, which means I'll have to constrict this once again. Which means we can flip the block into the other area. Like so. And now we can place it immediately in the... it's over here. In this slot. Okay, so there's one. And now we'll have to backtrack. So constrict once again. This way. And just phase through and place the block in the other slot. Let's just grab it from this side. There we go. And the door opens. A bit complicated, but very easy once you grasp what you actually have to do. Which is something that I feel like is missing from some of the puzzles. Sometimes I knew what I had to do, but not why. This time I know exactly what to do and why. Put those blocks there and open the door. Okay, so one puzzle down. So in this room, there's that big platform up there. And not much down here. So let's kill... well, let's not kill the vampire since... fine, just taste some fire. We're a bit Reaverless, unfortunately. So there is this thing here that we need to constrict. There is this massive block here. So for these we just need to point the yellow part towards the thing we need to open. And it's nothing much, just some just an energy refill. There's really nothing else here, so let's proceed. Gotta go spectral. There is this climbable wall, but there is I think there's only a flame up there, so we can create a fire reaver, so nothing much. Okay, we're at the top platform, so we'll jump over here and carry on and get to that material plane portal. Nice. And I guess we can just see it from here. Climbable wall, only a little flame on top of it. Now over here, this one was a bit tricky because I thought it was fairly simple, but then I had the revelation and then I thought it was way more complicated, but then it turned out to be even simpler. So we have these blocks here with 2 slots, right? So one would think, oh, I can just push them in. However, you can't push them in unless there is something over here, correct? You need to be able to stand on something to push them. So I thought, oh, this is actually very complicated because I'll probably have to use this block, place it down here, so I can have a foothold to push this one, but then what do I do with this one? Luckily, before I started on that journey of pushing blocks and trying to push them, I had a revelation. Another one. We can just shoot them. Which is just fantastic. Okay, over here we have another one of those walls. I'm pretty sure this one is optional. Yeah, there's just some energy in there. Oh, I shouldn't have done this really, since the portal is all the way back here. Okay, I have to re-kill this vampire. And this one as well, so it does not interfere. Okay, so over here, this little ground platform has the same symbol as the original door we actually want to open. And all around it there are these 4 pillars, all constrictable. So all we have to do is rotate them to get this yellow part facing the symbol. So we'll rotate this one counterclockwise. This one will rotate clockwise. Another one counterclockwise. And this one does not matter since we'll have to rotate it twice. And we should be good, I guess. Oh, I missed a rotation here. There we go. That door is now open. So all we have to do is go back. Oh, and this isn't even the main area. This is just this is just the start of it. Although the puzzles feel I guess they feel a bit fresh compared to everything else. I think I have read that this final area was one of the hardest in the game, but I didn't feel like it.
The Oracle's Cave, where Kain's first fateful meeting with Mobius occurred. Mobius played the role of a doddering soothsayer, stirring his pot of visions while dispensing enigmatic predictions to gullible visitors. Underneath the facade was Mobius the Time Streamer, sorcerer of the Circle of Nine, a ruthless manipulator with the power to bend time. Since his murder at Kain's hands centuries ago, these caves have stood vacant, though, like Mobius himself, they are rumored to be only a facade for a much larger, more elaborate complex. I sensed that Kain was here, and at that moment, I would have plumbed the depths of hell to find him.
Yeah, so a facade for something more elaborate. Yeah, that's truly what it is. So constrict that flame and it will reveal the actual final area. So before I continue, let me make a save here in case something bad happens. And we shall proceed. Yeah, I've read that this area is well, one of the hardest, but I did not feel like that was the case. Okay, so let's go over here. I think there were a couple of yeah, switches.
This, I deduced, must be the man himself, the time streamer, Mobius. He seemed not at all the impressive figure I had imagined from Kain's boasted exploits. And yet, even this cold image radiated a certain undeniable power.
Okay, so over here, I've actually solved this one by luck, really. I wanted to put both, well, this is a clock, kind of, and I wanted to get both hands at the, I'll just point like this, it's easier. I wanted to get both hands there, at the last one, but apparently not. So I got this one here, and the other one I got at the top. And that was opened. So let's go through here. All the way down. There's not much here, so we'll just jump. Okay, so here there's something a little bit more interesting. At first I thought this was one of those get a beam of light, reflect it, use a bunch of mirrors and reflect it somewhere, but this one is color based, so let's start with this one. This one is fairly simple. Well, let's start with this one first. So just to explain what's at stake here. So we have a white beam of light. It goes through a yellow lens and it comes out yellow. It goes through another yellow lens and it's yellow, and we have to reach some pinkish purple color. So if it goes through a yellow lens, it comes out yellow, we can assume it'll assume the color of the lens itself. So this one, we need to reach a blue state. So let's turn this. So there's a blue lens facing it. This one is red, so let's turn it to get a red lens facing it. And I think these only turn one way. At least when I tried it first, I had some trouble turning the things. Yeah, had some trouble turning them. Sometimes I'm not sure if it was always the same side that I was turning them, but maybe. And so this one, how do we get purple? Not this way. With blue and red. So now I have a blue light. And the red light, and combined we get purple. So now we need to turn the light itself. There we go, got the red one. And turn it once more. And we got the blue. And the door opens. Okay, so what's this part? Gotta be careful, sometimes there are some vampires in here. Ah, it's this one. Let's just use one of our powers and get the Soul Reaver back. Yeah, this one was actually weird, since it was a lot simpler than I expected. So you see here, we have this door, this massive door, and we have symbols on its sides. We have a red one with that symbol, a blue one with that one, and a yellow one. We also have these things we can constrict. There's some pedestals. There's a blue one, a red one, and a yellow one. And if you take a look at the middle, you see what look like the hands of a clock. There's a yellow one pointing towards that symbol, there's a blue one pointing towards this one, and there's a red one pointing towards this one. However, nothing really matters. All we have to do is keep turning these until a passage happens. Since you can actually see here, these are all layers. They're like 3 circular moving parts, each controlled by one of these pedestal-like devices. So you can see there, this one there's a little opening here, but there's a fairly large opening there. So we'll have to turn it all the way until we get that. Oh, wait a minute. Now that I look at it, the thing is actually moving. The clock hand. I didn't notice that before. So let me guess, it'll turn towards that symbol? Yes. Ah, okay, I guess there's some meaning to this after all, but you don't need to rotate them towards the symbol, you can clearly see the opening here. That's why I got a little bit confused about the symbols, so let's turn it this way. I think the opening is actually right there. Okay, good, and I guess the blue one is... where's the blue one? It's right here. Yeah, they match alright. I guess these could give you an insight on the better way to turn them. Although I'm turning the yellow one this way, I think. Yep. And it's done. Yeah, I guess you could probably gain some insight on which way to turn them if you try and use one. If you try and turn one that one of the inner layers that you can't really see, but if you do it red, blue, and yellow, it's just fairly simple to take a look at these doors instead. But yeah, there was some extra depth to it that I missed the first time. Well, I expected the things to be relevant, but then I solved the puzzle without their aids. So I thought that was a bit weird. Okay, so we have a very large room here with some massive gears. What do I need to do here first? Well, when in doubt, spectral mode or something. Oh, it's not, that's right, it's not spectral mode, I remember. Well, first we do some vampire killing. So it won't bother us. Okay, so there are these massive gears, and there are these blocks. At first I thought I had to actually get them out of here, since they're a bit stuck. You can't really move them through here, so I was trying to stack them, but it's actually easier than that. The blocks are just jamming the gears. So now the gears start spinning, and that little platform is raised. It's actually a bit too high for us to jump. Oh, wait, it's actually not so. Why did I... Weird. I always used spectral mode to get there because, I don't know, the first couple of times that I tried the jump I missed, so I tried it in spectral mode, since in spectral the platform seems a bit smaller. But yeah, and oh, never mind, we'll have to do all of this again.